Hey Cool Cats, welcome back to another boss battle. Today we've got the Gamma Dragon. Zombie's going to be doing this solo with 1 Yudi and 19 Therazinos. The Theras have 220 plus armor on their saddles, 21.5k HP average, and running between 6 and 650% damage. So it's going to be quite the battle. It is the Gamma Dragon, so it'll be quite a challenge. Let's get right in there and see what's going on. So here we go, the big batch of Theries, the Utes kind of running the lead. And of course, Zombie's using his whistles to keep everyone in order here, as we can hear just there. Talking to him after the battle, I usually do a little interview with the players, see how they felt about it. He did mention he was pretty happy with the whistle control. His words, it was okay, but could have been better. A little surprised by the dragon behavior here, which we're going to see it kind of takes off and lands a little quicker than he had expected. Now, in this battle, there were some losses. Unfortunately, 4 of the Theries were killed. Obviously, the Ute survived, but that's a dino that Zombie's riding. It gives him that, of course, buff on the attack, which we're going to see in action. Now, the dragon sends a wave of birds here at first. I was wondering how, he was going to deal with that, but we can see where it immediately whistles, I guess, to attack my target, and those birds get chomped up pretty good. At the same time, the dragon's shooting down those fireballs, trying to do whatever damage it can from the high ground. Quite a beast this enemy is. Not someone I want to mess with. I don't have a whole ton of boss experience. I'm more a cave guy and a builder. I've done a couple bosses, but I personally have never done this one. Actually, the first time I witnessed it, I found it pretty exciting. Never did quite figure out what that sound is that we're hearing there. Kind of odd. I had to turn the game volume quite a ways down in the editing because that was very loud and annoying. So we see here we're getting a lot of damage done. Heavy attack by all the Theries, and of course the Ute getting them amped up. Already a quarter health or so off the dragon, so my opinion at this point as I'm watching this is this probably is going to be a success. I believe it was Zombie's first time facing, maybe second time. Could have been second time facing the Gamma Dragon here. First time he said was rough. If I'm not mistaken, he may add into the comments on YouTube to correct me if I'm wrong here. First time though, he suffered heavy losses and not complete the mission. Hopefully I'm right about that. Don't mean to offend Zombie in any way, but obviously this one's going to go a lot better than the first battle. We do come out in the end with a victory, and of course the 4 Theries that are lost. So quite a beast, burning that fire down there. I don't think he got a hit with that blast though, as the Theries are on the inside, working the short game here and just eating away, chomping at his legs, doing quite a bit of damage. We see already the dragon's already down to a quarter health after a couple minutes, so that definitely looks like success to me. Not a ton of damage on the Theries that are fighting. Of course, the ones that were lost, I'm not sure what caused them to be lost. Guess they were targeted possibly by the flame. Got Zombie in the background there on the Ute, keeping those Theries buffed so they can just really do the maximum possible damage. And you can imagine at 650% damage plus the buff, they are really wrecking shit up. That's it for the dragon. It gets destroyed. And one of the things I really thought was cool about this boss is the actual arena that you fight in. Once again, and I've said it before on these fights, like, I find the ARC devs really went all out, and the artists, in fact, in designing these boss battles. So we see here, though, Theries not a whole ton of damage on the surviving Theries. They're looking pretty good. I didn't notice the 4 go down. It's kind of hard to get a perfect visual on all that, but check out this volcano smoke. I mean, it's just a really interesting, just kind of a beautiful landscape. You got that burning, you got those flames, you got that smoke. There's a lava here. And of course, it really suits the dragon who just comes out from that area and goes to work. So, looks like one of those Theries might have been trapped when Zombie left. But of course, what I'm seeing isn't necessarily what's happening. And that's about wraps that one up. I found it quite a great video. Coming up soon, we have a Titan tame on Extinction. First time the boys did it, they did a fine job. As well as a very interesting boss battle on Aberration with a fairly small crew. I was quite impressed at the way that was handled. So those 2 videos should be coming out in the next couple of days if you guys want to check those out. Outside of that, have yourselves a great day. Stay surviving and enjoy the afternoon.